Hi my dear students, in last class we discussed about resistivity, conductance, conductivity and current density. Now in this class we discussed about another one important concept, that is drift velocity. Already we know that the metals or conductors are made up of large number of the atoms. Those atoms are tightly bonded with each other and each atoms having some valence electrons. Those valence or free electrons moving randomly in the conductor, that is due to the thermal energy. That's why those electrons we can call it as a free electrons. Those electrons we can call it as a free electrons. Those velocity, the velocity of those free electrons or valence electrons we can call it as a thermal velocity. Now let us will consider a conductor. This conductor having free electrons, there are the n number of the free electrons are there, each are moving randomly. One electrons moves in one direction with a velocity, thermal velocity we can call it as a u1, and another one it is moves in another one direction, that one we can call it as a u2. Another one it is moves in another one direction, that one having a thermal velocity u3, and another one moves with another one direction with velocity we can call as a u3, so on up to n electrons are there. Nth electrons it is moves in any one direction with velocity we can called as a un. See, the average thermal velocity of these free electrons is equal to 0 because of the random motion. One it is moves in one direction, another one it is moves in another one direction. For example, let us will consider only two electrons. One it is moves with velocity u1 in one direction, and here second electron it is moves in another one velocity u2 in another one. Both are moving opposite. That's why both are cancelled out. The average velocity of the average thermal velocity of the free electron is equal to 0. Now u is the average thermal velocity is equal to the u1 plus u2 plus so on up to un upon n is equal to 0. The average thermal velocity of the free electron is equal to 0 because the random motion of these electrons. Okay. Now if if the potential difference is applied across the ends of the conductor, what happens here? Here the potential difference is applied across the ends of this conductor by using the battery or cell. Here one it is having positive end of the conductor and another it is negative end of the conductor. Due to this potential difference, the electric field is set off in the direction of positive end to the negative end of the battery. Under the influence of this electric field, these free electrons are experience some force. Already we know that if any one of the charge is placed in the electric field, it experience a force, that is F is equal to EQ. Here these are also some electrons are there, that's why this is the charge particle, that's why it is also experience some force in the opposite to the direction of the electric field because a negative charge. Here it is the electric field, it is in this direction, then force is acting towards to the positive end, it is opposite to the direction of electric field. That's why when a force is acting on this charged particle, then it will be get accelerates. It will be get accelerates and acquires a velocity v. See, when a force is acting on this one, this electron is drifted towards to the positive end with velocity v1. Similarly, this one it is also experiences a force that is towards to the positive ends. That's why this electron is also drifted towards to the positive end with velocity we can call it as a v2. See, the average velocity of these electron is not equal to 0. See, here v1 it is in this direction, v2 it is in this direction. Let us will consider this one. It is also drifted towards to the positive end. This velocity is also in this direction v3. See, v1, v2, v3 all are in same direction. That's why the average velocity of these electrons are not 0 under the influence of external electric field. That average velocity of the electron which are drifted towards to the positive end of the battery under the influence of external electric field, we can call it as a drift velocity. Vd is equal to v1 plus v2, v1 plus v2 plus v3, so on up to vn upon n. That's why we define a drift velocity. It is the average velocity with which free electrons get drifted towards to the positive end of the conductor under the influence of external electric field is called as drift velocity. Clear? The average velocity of these electrons which are drifted towards the positive end under the influence of external electric field. Okay, now we have to derive the expression for drift velocity. Okay, expression for drift velocity. Expression for drift velocity. Expression for drift velocity. Okay, let us will consider a conductor. Consider a conductor having length L, and P is the potential difference applied across its ends of the conductor, that is V, and L and E is the external electric field is developed in this conductor in the direction of positive to negative end of the conductor. Yes, it is having some electrons, valence electrons or free electrons. When an external field is applied, these free electrons experience some force. The force experienced by these electrons is equal to the force experienced by the electrons, under the influence of external electric field. Okay, and determine the force acting on this electron. That is, already we know that the force acting on the charged particle present in the external electric field, that is F is equal to EQ. Here Q it is the charge and E is the magnitude of charge. Here the force acting on this electron under the influence of external electric field, that is F is equal to minus E into small e. Here that negative sign is indicates that force is opposite to the direction of external electric field. When a force is acting on this charged particle or electron, it will be accelerate. Then what is the acceleration of this electron? That is acceleration of acceleration of free electrons, that one we can take as E is equal to minus of A is equal to minus of E divided by M, because already we know that F is equal to MA or A is equal to F by M. Already we know that F is equal to minus EE. See, that is A bar is equal to minus E bar E divided by M. It is the acceleration of this electron. When it is accelerates, it produces a velocity. It is moves with some velocity. Let us will consider one electron. It is having already thermal energy, thermal velocity, that is U. When a external field is act on this one, when a external field is acts, it experience force, that is why it will be accelerate A. Then this acceleration produces the velocity, that one we can call it as a V1. V1, V2, V3 so on up to Vn are the velocity of the electrons under the influence of external electric field. That is why this one it is moves with a velocity V1. When it is moves with some velocity V1, it will be collided. When it is collide with fixed atoms or ions, it will be deaccelerate, again it will be accelerates because under the external electric field. Again it will be hit to the another one fixed atoms or ion, again it will be scatter or rebounds it, again it will be hits to the another one atom, again when it is hits, again it acquires, again it accelerated, again it changes its path and again it will be collided. The time interval between any two successive collision of the free electron with fixed atoms or ions, we can call it as a relaxation time. The relaxation time means it is a time interval between two successive collision of the free electrons with fixed atoms or ions. That one we can call it as, that time we can call it as a relaxation time. Let us, we will consider a one electron, it is moves with a velocity V1. Now the velocity of the electron, velocity of one electron, that one shall write V1 is equal to U1. U1 it is the thermal velocity or initial velocity, U1 plus A into tau 1. Here tau 1 is the relaxation time. Now similarly for another electron we can take as V2 is equal to U2 plus A tau 2. For another one electron, that one V3 is equal to U3 plus A tau 3. Similarly for nth electron, that is Vn is equal to Un plus A tau n. Okay. Then how can you find the drift velocity? That is the average velocity of the free electrons, the average velocity with which electrons are drifted towards the positive end of the conductor under the influence of external electric field. That is why the drift velocity is equal to drift velocity Vd is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus so on up to Vn, right, upon n. Right. Here already we know the value of V1, V2, V3 so on up to Vn. Substitute here. V1 is equal to U1 plus A tau 1 plus A2 is equal to V2 is equal to U2 plus A tau 2 plus so on up to nth term, that is Un plus A tau n upon n is equal to, see this one shall I write here, u1 plus u2 plus un up to un upon n. Here this one we can represent u1 plus u2 bar plus u3 plus so on up to un, right, plus see here a tau 1 plus a tau 2 plus a tau 3 so on up to a tau n. Here a is a common, that's why we will take a common here, a into tau 1 plus tau 2 plus tau 3 so on up to tau n, right, upon n here. What is the value of u1 plus u2 plus u3 so on up to un upon n? That is equal to 0, because already we discussed here the average thermal velocity of the free electrons is equal to 0. That's why it is becomes 0, plus here a as it is into here tau 1 plus tau 2 plus so on up to tau n upon n is there. It is this one we can call it as a average relaxation time, that's why a into tau, that is phi d is equal to a into tau. Already we know that the value of a, substitute here, substitute in this equation. See here a is equal to, what is the a here, that is minus e tau divided by m. Here substitute a is equal to minus e divided by m is there, substitute here minus e by m into tau. Therefore the drift velocity phi d is equal to minus e tau divided by m. It is the expression for drift velocity. It is the expression for drift velocity of the free electrons. See this drift velocity is depends on only two factor. One, it is the strength of the electric field, external electric field, and relaxation time, that is E and M are the constant. That's why phi d is directly proportional to the strength of the electric field. Already we know that the potential gradient, that is E is equal to minus of dV divided by dx is there. Here or this one shall I write, phi d is directly proportional to the dV divided by dx. It means that is dx we can consider as here P by L, L it is the length, P it is Vd is drift velocity is depends on applied potential difference. If applied potential difference is increased, the drift velocity of the free electrons is also increases. Okay, this is the very important, it may be asked in 3 marks question. Okay, next one, mobility of free electrons. What is meant by mobility of the free electrons? The mobility of free electrons, this is the magnitude of a drift velocity per unit electric field. It is a magnitude of drift velocity per unit electric field. This one we have to represent it as mu. Here mu is equal to magnitude of a drift velocity per unit electric field E. Here what is the magnitude of drift velocity? That one we can already we know that E tau upon m divided by E. Here E and E get cancelled, therefore mu is equal to E tau upon m. It is the expression for mobility of free electrons. What is the SI unit of this mobility of free electrons? Here phi d is there, drift velocity meter per second. Drift velocity is there meter per second upon electric field Newton per coulomb, or this one we shall I write meter coulomb per second per Newton. It is a SI unit of this mobility of the free electrons. This mobility of the free electrons, that is mu is equal to E tau divided by m. Okay, thank you. In next class we discussed about what is the relationship between current and drift velocity.